All right, here we go with my latest favorite game, Adrenaline Rampage. Um, it is a combination of what most people would consider bullet hell vampire survivors, but they went and put it into a 2D platformer. So it was a pretty interesting mix. I was a little confused by it at first. I almost didn't want to play anymore, but once I realized where they were going with it and I gave it a bit of a chance, it's clearly stuck because it's currently my favorite game. So there is so it's early access. They have been quite receptive to feedback from most of the people interested in providing feedback. They do have a Discord. I've been on there. I've provided them lots of information. Some of them they have actually added into the latest build. Other stuff they said, yeah, we'll think about it, we'll consider it. This is very interesting. So it's really encouraging to hear that they're interested in getting feedback. And that's exactly what early access should be. So I think this is quite encouraging, and I'm very much looking forward to where this game is going. But we're not here to completely talk about that. We want to see how this game rolls. So, I don't think there's much point in going through settings other than take a look at this, pause the video, and see what interests you there. Lots of options there. There is a tutorial to play through. I don't think I'll rip through that. You can do that on your own just to get a feel for it. I'll probably explain some of the mechanics as I go through. The intro is a cool little video. Of course, there's the credits. But let's just get right into the gameplay. So currently there's only 2 characters to choose from. A third one is in development. In the demo version before this, it was called Adrenaline Injection. They actually had laid out, I want to say 12 different characters that were in development, and they all sounded brilliant. So you could hover over them and see what their specialty would be. So I'm really excited to see where they go with that. Currently there's Rifleman and Berserker. One of them has a gun, so that's going to be long range firing. The other one is melee. But he's for melee, and I'm not a big fan. He's pretty impressive, so they've done a great job with that. I'm going to go with Rifleman. Just so you can see exactly how great this is, and this is probably where you're going to want to start, just because once you get into the melee, it's you're a bit more advanced or more familiar with how the game works. So I just went into this very first station here. So this is your starting hub where you can do all your upgrades, and this is where you get all your rewards. Obviously there's tons here. I already have them all. I would consider late game as far as it goes so far. So I don't want to say it's going to alter your perspective if you're just brand new to it and getting beat over and over again. You're going to die initially. You're not going to beat the whole game on your first try, and you're not supposed to. Much like any game of this type, you're going to have to earn some points to build yourself up, which will be persistent. I think it's called meta upgrades, that kind of stuff. So initially you only have level 1 open, and then you have to open this one. You can see the little batteries on the bottom here. Those are called resources, and that's going to unlock not just the next level 2, 3, 4, but it's also going to allow you to spend stuff here that will be persistent on your character throughout. So again, this is very much further in, and that's why I'm probably going to just kick butt when I play. But that's also going to help me have the chance to explain how everything works going through. So you can see that you've got the option to increase stuff by 5%, damage, clip size, attack rate, crit chance, all the usual stuff, accuracy. But the nice thing is that if you decide, no, I don't want to put it there after the fact, you can take it out and put it somewhere else and do what you want to do. So those are very helpful. There are 3 levels of these. The next one, jump and knockback and reroll. I think we all know what that is, or you're gonna find out. It's a chance to reroll stuff that we will see. Jump is jumping and knockback is push people the heck away. Although they used to be people, possibly they're now mecha zombies. I don't know. And the third level is just another round of stuff to upgrade health, coins, experience, run speed, all that sort of stuff. Anyhow, so that's not super important at this point. Although I should probably no, that's good. I'll let you find out some of that on your own. All right, so we're going to go through the teleporter and start level 1. So I've got 2 choices here, 2 levels. There's the warehouses. That's where you initially start, and in that one, when you first start the game, it's only level 1 that's open. Then you can open level 2 and level 3, etc., etc. Once you get that one done, then you can move on to the laboratory. So I'm going to do laboratory just because I am very late game as far as I'm concerned. And you can see that almost easy. Haha, that's kind of comical at this point. But there's new enemies, new bosses, new enemies. Enemies are stronger. And then unfair bosses initially, yeah, they are. But again, you just have to progress through the game, and eventually the unfair bosses, as you'll see, I'm actually the unfair person. So here we go. Side-scrolling, automatic fire. You can shut off automatic fire. I wouldn't recommend it, but it all depends on your gameplay style. So initially there's not too much going on here. You only have so many seconds, and you can see at the very top there he's already counting down. Now find a teleport and get out. Alright, well, sure. That's what confused me about this game initially. You're going to want to kill as many guys as you can initially and grab all the XP, because you can already see I'm level 5. So leveling up, what does that do? Well, let's go through the teleport and see what it does. Aha. Now I have, at the top you can see right here, pick a skill, and I've got 4 of them. So this is actually a really crummy roll. You won't have this option initially, but I can re-roll. So I'm going to do that, just because I don't like that. So the assault rifle for the rifleman is, I mean, it's a no-brainer, it's amazing. Just because that's what he's called, so you would assume that that would be the best. So definitely upgrade that, but you can also see there's evolutions. And this is also a tricky one for me right now, because the cooldown boost is what you need 1 of once you get 4 rifle skills to evolve to the machine gun. I'm pretty sure I'll get this one later, and right now just doing more damage, more spread, or sorry, less spread, so you're more accurate, and having more ammo, it's going to be pretty advantageous for the first few rounds here. So I'm going to hit on that a few times here. I might get lucky and get cooldown at the end. I did not. I don't have interest in these skills, but if you're early to mid-game, Energy Shield will save your butt until you're super strong. So I would definitely bear that one in mind if you're struggling. So as you can see, it absorbs each attack. And then it recharges. So if you have 1, then you get hit once for free. If you have 2 hits for free. If you run away enough, then it recharges. So that will get you through a lot of dicey situations when you're not strong enough to just blow their heads off before they get too close. So I'm going to re-roll. This is not going according to plan. And the other thing is, I always want to increase my weapons before I get going on the passive skills, because you want to do damage before you do passive. Alright, so plasma drone, that's pretty good. Not great, but pretty good. So we're going to move on with that selection and get going round 2 here. So you can see my plasma drone is kind of in the foreground here. Oh, right here. I just picked up what looks like a battery. So that is what they call resources. That's what you can use to do the permanent upgrades to your characters, and they apply to both characters. Oh, this is getting dicey already. So yeah, grab those whenever you can. They do show up, so you can see a mini-map in the corner. We'll get to that in a bit here after I unleash Hot Fury on these pains in the butt. Those super... Oh, and here comes something else. Oh, look, you can see on the mini-map right now, another resource. Those don't show up unless you get fairly close to them.
I think they call it GG.
Which is kind of annoying, but kind of fair, I'm not sure. Because those are the most sought after things, so it kind of encourages you to explore the map a little bit. But at the same time, I kind of think it'd be nice just because they can be very rare. In fact, they are quite rare, and they really help progress your character builds overall as far as meta progression goes. So it would be nice to be able to find those easier, but I don't know if it's too nice, it's no fun. So we're going to look here real quick. So I do have an option of plasma drone, but to evo or get the evolution of the plasma drone, I need max health. Oh, and look at that, it's right here. So I don't mind grabbing one of these because I'm already on that build in one of my skill trees. So I'll grab that real quick. I don't want any more of those. I wouldn't mind moving on to more damage-oriented offensive attacks, and I quite like the Rocket Storm, so I'm going to grab that. And there's more Rocket Storm right there. I'm eventually going to have to grab the Fleet Feet. Not a super fan of that, but to get the big two, I find it's fairly worth it. Alright, so you can see that I did grab those orange resources. I do have some upgrades in my meta progression, so when I grab one of those, it's actually an extra, I think it's 40%, which just helps me buy more meta progression. So we're going to continue. Yeah, let's go kick some more patooties. So if you look up in the top corner there, you got the mini map. I get some more resources right there, super cool. Now you see there's a magnet there, which is awesome because now I can just run around, kill whoever I want, and at the very end of the level, come back, grab the magnet, and scoop up all the XP without having to chase it down. I'll take the quad damage right now, no problem. And this place is now worth leaving. So now I can quickly polish those guys off, grab the magnet, don't have to chase anything down, off to the teleport. So you can see that I got hurt a bit. So I'm going to wait here at the portal. There's no hurry. If you leave the portal right away, all of that regeneration stops immediately. So why wouldn't I just sit here and heal until the last possible second? Oh, here comes Big Mama. And I'm out. Perfect. All right. Echo Strike. Love it. It's, I wouldn't say overpowered, not initially, not at all. But what you get with it to evolution it or evo it is pierce count. And that just means that your bullets go through enemies, pierces them, and hits the next one. So this is definitely a good one to go with. Oh, that's all I got. Only got the one skill point there. Not a problem. Now we move on. So these saw blades are sweet and crappy because they hurt, but they also hit the enemy, as you can see right there. So you can see the damage numbers. Some of them are blue, so that's a regular hit. Some of them are red, that's a crit. And then some of them are in yellowish orange, amber, we'll call it. And that means environmental outside of what you're doing. So it could be from other enemies. It could be the saw blades that are just chewing through them if they're walking in the same direction as they are. Oh man, this level's almost over. So that's a good place to hang out. If you can not be in the saw blades, but they are massively, then do it up. I mean, why not get free hits on them? I'll talk about these a bit later, the big explodey things. I mean, that just sent a big shockwave throughout everyone on the screen and did serious damage. There is a I mean, there's my technique on how to use those versus, I don't know, you might have your own way. And last second for that, you can see that at the very end there I got plus 2.8, so that was all that I needed left to top me up. The most you can get there is 10 as of this current early build 0.3.248. Alright, so Echo Strike, that's a gooder. Let's keep juicing that up. I'm really disappointed that I don't have the cooldown boost yet, but I'm hoping it's coming. It's such a, I mean, it's random. It's a crapshoot, so you never know if you're actually going to end up getting those. I almost always do, so we shall see. You can't pick up health if you don't need it, which is great, because you're going to want to save that for when you need it. Well, we have bosses to talk about. We also have these extra skill points. The purple things, always go for those first, because more skill points means just more ways that you can cause havoc. Alright, so we have a boss coming. This thing freezes everyone, and it puts permanent frost on the boss. So now he's just moseying along super slow. Do-dee-doo-dee-doo. New enemies that spawn are not frozen. Fine, understandable. They weren't there when that thing went off. So a good thing to follow up the freezing with is this bomb. It just hurts them. It doesn't freeze them, obviously, but it just adds an extra layer of ouch, and that was enough for me to clobber the boss. And so I think we see down here there's a magnet to save me from running around. Killed everyone there. Don't need the health. Don't need the regen. I'm out. Alright, who do we have now? Rifle drone. My fifth and final love. Super good. So you are the rifleman, so it wouldn't hurt to have a second rifle floating above your head, would it? Heck no. So his complementary passive stat is Fatal Blow. So crit damage going from 195 to 245 just on the first step. Sign me up. Oh, 295 now. Hello. Man, it's the gift that keeps on giving. However, I definitely want to be able to evo my rockets, and now that this presents itself, like I wish the cooldown boost would, I'm going to grab this. And yeah, I think, well, what do I have here? Is there anything I can max out yet? No, so I'm going to go with Eco Strike because I like that one very much. Oh, machine gun, where are you? Machine gun is great to start with early game, but I'm not early game, so I can do this without big issues. Alright, so we got a quad damage sitting over here. We have 30-some seconds. Not in a huge hurry. Doesn't hurt to hang out around here for a little bit. These guys that lob the heavy bombs, they don't chuck them as hard as the grenade launchers guys do, but they do more damage if you get hit by one. So you'll probably just want to, I don't know, dance around those a little bit. Should also mention that the little orange pads that I'm standing on do dissolve. The big ones do not. You can fall through either if you push down. Super handy in a pinch. I could have gotten the quad damage sooner. Didn't need it. A little bit hurt there. Not a big deal. Let's just freeze up the rest of the level. See if there's any dudes left. Anyone residual. That just clobbers them. I like to save that for the end if you don't have a boss to deal with, because then you can just kind of clean up the level. You can freeze them all and blow them all up and then run around and grab the XP. Right. No, I don't need to heal, so I can get the heck out of dodge. Echo Strike, let's wrap that one up, because then also once you fill one up, it's not going to be in the mix anymore. So then it opens up possibilities for the ones that you hope to come up. So that'll make more sense later on as we get closer to me stressing out about not getting the cooldown or the pierce count showing up in that list. There's also another passive skill as well as meta progression called luck, and the higher that is, the more often the chance that there will have been 4 of those options to choose from for skills, which, I mean, just broadens your opportunities for getting what you want. So that might be something to kind of keep in mind. I wouldn't go out of your way to get it as far as the skills go, where you can grab it, but that's just, I think, something to consider. Alright, stage 7. What are we up against here? There's not much being offered, although I do like that these blades are just chopping them up. So you can see, look at these gems here. See, there's a bunch of small ones and a medium-sized one. At the start of every stage, and I should have pointed this out sooner, but there are so many. There's a countdown up in the top corner. Oh, I can't use the mouse, but you can see up in the top left that there's my levels and then my amount of kills, and underneath that it'll say something saying EXP with a couple arrows above it, and there'll be like a countdown. Every time you kill a guy, he's going to drop a higher XP gem, and you definitely want to focus on collecting those. So back yourself into a corner, do whatever you need to do, or just run around, jump around, but collect those, because that'll get you better, I mean, I think double the amount of XP as these little boys do. Oh, Big Mama's already here, so I gotta get myself out. But I am hurt a bit, so I'm gonna wait, do my regen. I got time. There's no rush. Hello, Mama. And I'm out. And so it's just plus 2.85, so I'm full. So yeah, you can see right here, not only is there luck in the roll, but I'm not going to get it, but there's 4 options here. Pretty cool. I don't want any of those because I'm dying for my Pierce and my cooldown. Hello, Pierce. Thank you for joining. Now I can evo my Echo Strike. Now I'm going to be dangerous. But so something also to consider is if you're dying for something else here, evos will always trump everything. So let's say I had 3 skills available. If I grabbed this, the evo would be automatically there for me to select the next time, the next time, the next time until I take it. So I'm going to look at Plasma Drone. He's pretty low. I'll get to him eventually. So yeah, let's just hurt people. Alright, it's boss time. Now this is going to look like a complete joke because I'm so late game. And this, I mean, early game, you're not going to beat him. You're not. But early game also, you're going to be on lower levels where eventually you'll have the timer tick down, and then you get a teleport to get out of here because there's no hope. So you can see right now, oh, top corner, yeah, right here. So XP, 5 for it, so every time I kill a guy, he's going to drop that until that counts down that I'm out of the guys that are giving me the good juice. So there was no need for me to run for those because I can just wait till the end of these levels given how late game I am. But you're definitely going to want to prioritize those to boost your levels, because every time you pass a level you get a skill point, and skill points are going to get you through the game. So I'll grab that, grab the big bomb. Oh look, I missed a couple of those. Oh yeah. And I'm out. I don't need to regen, I'm good. So, oh yeah, let's get Rifle Drone up there. So it's good to knock, so you can see that Pierce Count only has 2 levels. So once I get the second one, that's going to open up an extra, it's not going to come up again, so it's going to broaden my opportunities. Unfortunately here, don't want any of those. Good thing I got rerolls. Rifle Drone, heck yes. Plasma Drone, yeah. Because like I said, I want weapons before maxing out skills, but I'll always want 1 passive skill in order to do the evo, because you need max out weapons and just 1 passive skill to get the evo. So moving along, resources are coming along. Haven't found any blue ones yet. Whatever, I'll get there ideally. Alright, purple thing. Oh, and I didn't talk about dashing. See the 2 little blue bars under your feet? Those are your dash meters. So I have 2 of them. I can dash, 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 dash. Dashing, when you're dashing, you're invincible. You boost ahead, no one can hurt you. You can dash in all 8 directions. Diagonals are, I find it a little tricky. But sometimes if you, and you can also double jump. It's tough to tell because my jump level is so high. But if you need to get up somewhere super high, you can double jump and then dash straight up additionally. So that can be handy as far as being agile goes. And agility counts a lot. Early game, mid game, even late game. Even I get into dicey situations here and again, and dashing just means no one's going to hurt me. It might be just the one thing that you need to do to get to your bomb, or to get to your health power up, or just to get away. Dashing also gets you through these lasers. Dashing gets you through the saw blades. And dashing gets you away from Big Mama, but eventually she's gonna envelop you. So once you're in the Big Mama zone, like once you're past it, you start taking damage. Like boom, 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 ouch, ouch, and more. And I should have just said it and not done it, but here we are. So yeah, that's the thing. All right, rifle drone, you are maxed out. Now you can shoot grenades too. Oh, that won't be a horrible thing, will it? I think I still want to re-roll because I have quite a few for weapon upgrades. Oh, hello. Yes. Oh, you're gonna see the machine gun next? Yeah. I'm not saying it's OP. It's not, but it's a nice boost early game, and it's always icing on the cake. Late game, mid game, I shouldn't say game, round. So one super cool thing, I mean, these guys are pains in the butt because you can only hit them in the butt to hurt them. If you do freeze them, that's something nice that the devs added based on my recommendation. So if you hit the freeze bomb, then you can shatter them from, like their shields are now shatterable, which I thought was only fair. Oh my goodness, I completely forgot to go get my other skill point. That's the problem with making a video, is you talk too much and you don't do enough, or you don't focus well enough. Let's see here, what else? I think there's an invincibility around here somewhere. Those are fine. I wish there was a magnet. Oh, these guys are just, see, they're troublesome. I love that you can hear the saw blades. And when you get in front of the teleport, it just gets so quiet, other than the saw blades. And I'm just regenerating my health, because why not? And out I go. Hello, machine gun. Alright, now stuff's getting real. And it just looks cool. Like, look at that arm cannon. That is nuts. Alright, as you can see in the top left corner, we've got a whole bunch of enemies that will kill for extra XP. So I'll just kind of snuggle in here. These drones that shoot the slow fireballs are such a pain because those slow fireballs do stupid damage. Like, ouch damage. Like, look at that. I got hit by 2, I'm down by, what, 20%? No fun. But they're slow, so easy to dodge, correct? Sure, if you don't have the rest of the universe up in your patootie, then that would be fine, but no, they never stop coming. Another thing that the devs did is, so again, when you get the freezing, oh man, I'm talking too much and moving too little. Get the big XPs. Go for the purple boy. Is so when you get the freezing, explodey grenade. Oh man, how did I get so injured? Oh man. So that'll stop the fireballs dead in their tracks, which is super nice. I need to get some health. And oh, this is no good. This is no good. Okay, I'm gonna have to hang out here. And I'm up. That was not a full recharge, so you can see right now that I'm 116 out of 155. Not a fan, but I'll survive. Fatal blow. Like, look at that extra damage. It's ridiculous to not take that now when there's no other options. Big 2 evolution. Alright, I'm feeling much better, even though I'm down to 116 out of 155. Again, early to mid game, you're going to want to focus on health and defense a bit more. I mean, that's what I did. Maybe you have some other awesome strategy that you don't need to do that. But by trial and error for myself, that hit the spot. That got me further ahead quicker. I mean, it's no fun just going into a level. You maybe make it to stage 4 and you're done and have to start over. I mean, that's no fun. It's nice to get those little, not reprieves, but oops, I screwed up. I should have dodged that bullet, but I didn't. Oh, but I have the shield, so I'm forgiven type thing. So I mean, it helps you learn too, because you can see when you get hit. And then you yell at yourself and say, I shouldn't have gotten hit, I should have dodged that. Yeah, but you didn't, so. Alright, so I do like to save these freeze bombs. Oh, I think I already said that for the end. So I freeze everyone, and then if there's any residual dudes, I blow them up. Now I can send in myself as the cleanup crew. I'm a little bit hurting, but not much. Zip through those, because when you dash, you can't get hurt. And that won't hit me. Oh, I probably don't need to do all my regen here, because I've got enough. Like plus 10 after the fact. Yeah, that was nothing. Either way, it's free to do it, so why not do it? Alright, I'll keep working on the weapon skills. But this is already a really good one to, like, look at that. 395% crit damage. Sure. I'd say can't hurt, but it needs to hurt. Hurt them hard. Alright, this time I'm going to focus on getting Mr. Purple way up top here. And being able to double jump and charge, or dash, is great. So these guys, I can barely stand. The gassy Garys. Every time you kill one, they leave a gas cloud behind that if you walk through it, it hurts. And that's no fun, because it really reduces the area that you can play in. Or if you need to escape from. You can dash through those, of course, but sometimes they'll leave like half a corridor, especially when you drop a big freezer or a regular bomb on them. Then, of course, they all die at once, and the whole screen almost turns green. So that causes problems. Fortunately, I'm pretty powered up here, so they don't get too close. And I'm going to dash through, grab a ton of XP. Don't mind if I get hurt a little bit there, because I think on my way to El Teleporto, I still have my regen going. Regen doesn't only happen in front of here. In fact, regen only happens if you have the skill, or not the skill, the meta progression. I can't remember if start of game you have any, but if you do, it's minimal. So it doesn't hurt to crank that up a fair amount, which I did quite early game. I still have 8 rerolls. I really want to top up my plasma drone, which, here we go. Now I can evo it if I push the right direction. Alright, so you can see now I have 5 evos. They're all done. Weapons are done. Now I can just focus on passive skills if I want them. If I don't, you'll see there are other options eventually. Alright, Expert Boss Brute. This guy was, of course, very difficult in the beginning. Couldn't beat him over and over again. Given my build right now, well, okay, bye. You might have noticed he dropped a yellow XP gem. Of course, yellow is a different color, which means it's probably special, and of course it is, so it gives you quite a bit. Some of the bosses drop yellow gems the size, 3/4 the size of your body. Depending on how early level or mid level you are, it can level you up 1 or 2 levels immediately. At this point, I think it might give me a third, maybe a half a level, if it's the big one. The small ones are meh. But like with any, I'm going to say RPG, leveling up, the further you are into it, the more it takes to level you to the next level. So not new information, I don't think. One thing you might notice too, right there, which is cool, the way the devs have, you don't just, it's not a 2D game. Enemies will explode and fly towards the screen, and sometimes they come straight toward the middle of the screen. It's super fast, so it's not distracting to the point where you're like, I can't see anything, but it's super cool. It's rare, but you could back up and see where they kind of spilled towards me there. I think that's just a really nice touch on top of the ragdoll physics that they put in the game. So another hats off to the devs on that. Just detail they didn't have to put in, but they did, and super cool. All right, so I don't care about fleet feet. I don't care about health because I'm that far ahead. Cooldown boost is great. You can see it increases the reload speed of most skills. So yeah, that would be how often that your rockets launch out, how often your eco strike comes out, how often your rifle drone shoots out the extra grenade, all that sort of stuff. In addition to how quickly your nope, I was going to say how quickly your other abilities like quad damage last, but no, that's not cooldown. Oh, there's a different ability for that. My mistake. Disregard. Alright, quad damage. Don't care yet. Oh boy, oh no. It's my favorites. The stupid drones that shoot those slow fireballs. Alright, well this is a good area to be in for them. Because I can just sit here, and when I see a whole bunch of them flying my way, I can hop up to the top level and wait. Oh, this is actually going pretty mercilessly. Alright, so there's a few there. So I'm going to hop up here. I missed all those. Now they're coming up here to attack. Okay, bye. No interest in getting hit by those. Oh, I'm back down here. Doot-dee-doot-dee-doo. Oh, and they're coming at me again. So I'll hop up here. Wash, rinse, repeat. I know this is easy for me to do because I've got the power to back into a corner and not get completely clobbered. And I got hit. So no one's completely invincible. But again, I don't have those energy shields because I've got the resiliency and the skills to be able to get through those situations without the extra armor. Alright, dash dash. Oh look, quad damage for no good reason. Well, it was there. And we're out. Alright, cooldown sounds good. So now, because we've filled all these up, they're not going to offer different skills because there's nowhere to put them, nowhere to put other weapons either. So as these get maxed out, now they start offering first aid kits. So if you were hurt, you could restore, as opposed to sitting in front of the teleport and restoring health, you can heal yourself a little bit in here. 10 HP at this point for me, even though I'm not hurt. I wouldn't waste a skill on it. I don't care about max HP, so running faster, it's not the worst thing. But once I max that out, you're going to see something else that's pretty cool. Unless my luck kicks in and it offers 4 different options. Alright, extra skill point. Giddy up. Seems like a nice corner to tuck myself into, depending on the enemies. Bosses usually come at the 30-second mark, but not always. So I'll hang out here for another 10 seconds and see if a boss comes. If he does, then I'll grab that freeze up top there and then run for the bomb to just cause tons of damage. Oh, and here we go. 30-second mark, like clockwork. Freeze you, you get to slow down. I'm super powerful at this point, so I guess getting the other bomb was obviously a moot point at this point. And you can see that my plasma drone, because he's in the foreground, can shoot multiple levels on the screen because he's in the foreground. So it's not a 2D shooting trajectory that it's stuck with. So that's super advantageous, obviously, being able to shoot at multiple floors at the same time. Alright, what else? What else have I not taught? I don't know. Move on. I'm sure something will come to me eventually. Alright, fleet feet. Max that out. Here we go. So you can see here, not only that... what is that? But again, going back to the luck, I got 4 options here. So anytime in the game, why not? That's awesome. So energy cells, these are the resources. These are what allow you to buy meta upgrades. So this adds 100 to all resources for upgrades. So I get... oh, and I get to do it again. So I get 100 here, 100 here, 100 here added, in addition to my meta upgrade that says I think I get an extra 30 or 40%. So I would have gotten 140, 140, 140 times 2 because I did it twice. So that's when you can start really piling stuff up, which is sweet because that's how you're going to beef up your characters in the long run. Stage 7, not getting much love as far as power-ups go here. Wow. Alright, well, I'll deal with it. I'm a toughie. Oh, and I've got stupid gassy Garys again. Ugh. They're so annoying. Oh, no. Oh, no, it's the buzzsaw drones. I thought it was the slow fireball. Pains in the butt. I guess I can hang out here. Not my favorite spot. I don't like having to drop down to collect stuff after the fact. I also don't like oh, I know we've got a boss. So I'm going to just not be here now, because I'm going to freeze the boss. Getting chilly. Oh, are you dead already? Yeah, you are. Alright, well, fine. I don't have much to complain about, obviously, when I'm this late game with this much power, but either way, it might be something to strive towards. And I can still lose. I haven't in a long time, because the whole time, while getting this far, developing the dodge skills and the double jumps, because when you're jumping too, it's really tough for them to hit you. I'm not saying you're as invincible as the dash, but you can get yourself out of some serious jams just by jumping too. So, let's get out of here. Yep, full health. I'm out. So again, I don't care about max health, because I came out of that one totally topped up. Let's go energy cells. Energy, energy, energy. Bueno. Oh, look at all these power-ups here. I would like to see more of the batteries, per se, which represent getting resources. Oh, this is a tricky way to get up there. Gotta go a long way. Elevator. Done. Alright. I'm pretty cool with this area. Although these guys that throw the kettlebell grenades, they don't throw them as far, and I think I said this before, they don't throw them as far as the grenade launcher guys, but they do more damage if they do get to you. But, oh, that guy just whipped in front of the screen. Now that is some foreground ragdolling deliciousness right there. Pretty pleased about that. Every serious game needs some comedy. Alright, well, I'm probably backed away pretty far here. This one's a little convoluted. Is there much I want behind me? One interesting thing you can do, if you have a lot to collect, grab your invincibility, and Big Mama cannot hurt you. Ha ha! Until it runs out. I've got 7 seconds. Haha, can't touch me, can't hurt me, neener, neener, neener. And I'm out, because after that, you get a little clobbered. Energy cells, hello. Oh, look, I'm up to 10,000 of the green ones, and those are the ones I need the least, because I'm all maxed out on those abilities. But so be it. Good. Magnet. So now I can just run around wherever, and as long as buy it at the end of the level, then I can pick up all my goods. So that's just a ticket to run around and have some fun. Oh, how about we hang around the laser that really causes you guys some pain? Although they can't get close enough when I stand there because I blow them to oblivion before they get a chance. Oh, shoot. Thanks for all those guys being in the way. I grabbed the magnet. Well, not the end of the world. Mistakes will happen. Oh, look at all those guys that poured into the foreground. Man, way to go, devs. Such a nice touch. Collecting XP, which feels good to me. That should do. So yeah, always look in the mini-map because you can see the little XP dots there too. If there's a lot close by, then you scoot over, grab them. The mini-map in this is very well done. You can tell a lot from it. And once you're this late game or late levels, you can sometimes use the mini-map just to walk around and watch where you're going there without looking at the main screen to get somewhere real quick. That might sound counterintuitive, but once you do it, you do it. Okay, this guy's normally tough, but again, this is going to be discouraging because bye. When that guy throws out his fireballs, those are quite detrimental. Those will take you from 0 to 0 in no time, so they'll just come blasting out in all directions from him. So that's one of the big things you're going to want to look out for from him. So, there we go. Kick butt, maximum damage was, or total damage was almost 8 million, pretty sweet. You can see that the Echo Blast Evode does some serious messiness. Because I didn't get my machine gun early, that's why it's lower damage. But it would have been right up here had I gotten that first, which I normally do, but sometimes the gods of rolling are just not on your side. So anyhow, cool to see that. Gain resources. If you don't beat the final boss, you don't get the victory bonus, which doubles your resource gains. Yeah, that's pretty much it for that part. I'm going to click play again, just so we can quickly, well, we can look at Berserker, doesn't hurt. He used to be called Axeman until the most recent update. But let's see what I can update here. Oh, he doesn't have double jump, so, He still has 2 dashes, and you can still dash upwards twice, but he doesn't have double jump all the time. There is something called a wall jump, which you can see I just jumped off the wall there. I normally don't care about that because I normally don't use him, but it's, I mean, if you're going to use him, it's good to know that's there. That is totally shown to you in the tutorial. Alright, so it may look like I've got a truckload of resources here, but also to buy something every time the price goes up and up and up. So what do I want here? Crit is, I mean, it's double damage every time you do a crit strike, and the more you can do it, the better, so why would I not? I'm aiming to max that out, because the first thing I did was max out crit chance, as you can see. The rest of the stuff, kind of cool. Attack rate. So the problem I have with attack rate is you go through your clip faster, so then you have to increase clip size. So those two, I'm like, it's nice to have them a little bit boosted, but it's not something that I'm super focused on getting all the way yet. Eventually the day will come. Of course, these are maxed. Like I said earlier, I don't know what I'm going to do with these, but jump is, that's the first, oh sorry, reroll was the first I maxed. It actually wasn't that expensive because you can see the max is 15, and so you only have to buy it 3 times. So I think that ended up costing me, so 9 grand was the last one, previous was 4 grand, first one was probably $1,000. Not too much. Rerolls are super handy, so definitely do those. And knockback, I initially thought, I don't think that'll bring much to the table, but it does. It really, I mean, keeps the enemies away when you're in a good situation or a bad situation. So I wouldn't discount knockback either. I wouldn't completely ignore it. Focus on jump, but as you don't have enough for jump, get some knockback going when you've got a bit of extra cash to spare. So coins, that's your resources. So every time you grab one of those batteries, and the more batteries you have, I think every time you pass a level, it increases it. So you can see, oh yeah, right now, so I'm at 100%. So as I said earlier, when I grabbed those extra batteries as opposed to skills and it added 100, no, it would have added 200 each time. So super sweet. At this point, focusing on getting my XP up, just because the earlier in the first few levels that you can level up more, the quicker you'll kick butt. Luck, me. Oh, they actually explain what luck does now, so that's cool. Earlier they just said, you get more luck. What is that? Dodge chance is kind of interesting because sometimes you'll see the word dodge appear above your head when you just blatantly didn't take damage when you should have. Magnet distance is how far away, well, you probably know mostly, how far away you grab a gem, or how close you have to be for a gem to gravitate or magnet towards you. Health, obviously, is health. I could, but as you saw, I don't need it. I really want to get this XP maxed. I only need one more. I'm saving up. And yeah, so let's show you real quick what Mr. Berserk looks like. Oh, look at that, a resource right above my head. How could I not? So this guy's melee. You don't want to just run straight into guys because your axes, as you can see, are outside. Like there's kind of a sphere around you, and if the enemies get within the sphere, so too close to you, then they'll just start clobbering you. So no picnic when that happens. Alright, that extra XP, I'm up to level 6 right away. That's sweet. Also Berserker, the more you hit, let's see, napalm, no. So napalm drone, it seems appealing, but there's no evo for it, so not a huge fan. I think I sometimes do that. Anyhow, I'm going to focus again on my main weapon. That's always a great way to start. The extra XP, that can be appealing. Oh, the duration boost. That's what I was getting at earlier as far as picking up quad damage or invincibility. Then those just last longer. So longer duration, of course. Let's see. Yeah, that one's no good to me. Cyclone blades are fun. I really want to get the boots, because now I can evo my axe. Anyway, I don't plan to do a full playthrough with Berserker, formerly known as Axeman, but so the more you hit, see he's swinging quicker and quicker and quicker, so he's comboing, and his combos can be pretty devastating. Problem is, enemies with projectiles, you have to get closer to them, so that causes a problem. But when he starts swinging, like, he's just decimating. Like, this guy does not screw around once he gets the axes going. So again, he has 2 dashes. You can get extra dashes through passive skills. Oh, and he doesn't have double jump, and it drives me nuts because I'm so used to Axeman having double jumps. He sometimes double jumps. I don't know. I don't use him enough. I don't know all his ins and outs. Axe of Fury. Fires a spinning axe that deals damage to enemies. How could that go wrong? It doesn't. I'll show you that real quick, and then I think I'll bow out here. There it is. Oh, see, dodge popping out above my head because I'm using my meta progression dodge skill. But you can see that these guys get too close too fast, and as soon as they touch you, they do damage. So you have to keep everyone at arm's length, because once they get too close, no good. When they're too far away, no good either, because, well, unless you chuck the spinning axe at them, then that's alright. but that only comes out every so often. I'm not sure what the mechanics are around that entirely as far as how often that comes out. But all right. Well, I think that was pretty sweet. Still lots to, probably lots for you to learn in this game. Still some for me to learn in this game. I haven't used Berserker as much, so it's interesting trying out the different weapons and evos, not only on Berserk, but on the Rifleman, because as you saw earlier, that was my favorite 5. Like, I don't want to say overpowered, because the other weapons have merits. But I'm at a point now where I can try out the other weapons without, if it doesn't go well, it's not terribly to my detriment. And it's fun to switch it up, of course. So it's too bad that, because initially in the demo, both characters could use all weapons, except for their main weapon. That's the only one that couldn't cross over. But for example, the Cyclone Blades, the Axeman could have picked up as a weapon. And if you remember before, I think Plasma Drone, I don't think the Berserker could use drones. He could use the Napalm one. I don't know. Either way, most of them didn't cross over, but they did in the demo, which was really fun to play with. Not sure if the devs are going to come back with that. Who knows what they're going to do, but they're always cooking up something sweet. So I think that's all for now. I'm going to, well, I guess just grab stuff here so I can save and exit. Sure. Although I'll probably just restart the game next time. And we'll leave it at that. I hope this helped you be interested in the game if you weren't already. Get additional interest in the game if you're just starting out or mid-game and want to get better. And just keep having fun with the game. That's the bottom line. It's super fun, quite unique as far as I'm concerned, and excited to see where it's going. Again, I hope you had fun.